You look at Detroit. You know, you can't always say this is a must-win game, but I'll throw it out there anyway. And you?
Well, very few teams have come back from losing their first two at home. I'm not saying it can't be done, but they don't want to test that theory.
Detroit with the ball. One of the toughest teams for certain this season. They've hit the 60-win mark.
And fantastic team play. They've been very fortunate with good help along the way, adapting to everything that's been thrown at them. This group is a top contender, no doubt, for a deep playoff run.
A physical guard, Suggs, loves working inside. He doesn't back away from the paint at all.
Harris kicks to Cunningham. Fires for three, and another three for Detroit.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Wagner outside. Pass to Banchero. Carter with the screen on Harris. Here's Banchero. It's hauled in by Harris.
Defense practically daring him to take that shot. It worked out for him.
Out to Thompson. Shoots the three. Rebound by the Magic. And for such a young team, pretty impressive how well the Magic defend.
And that's their identity. They are elite at that end of the floor, and they force turnovers at a really high clip.
Chalk up two there.
You've got to do more than this to stop Thompson. He's used to having to fight through contact.
A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Here's Suggs. Another miss by Orlando.
You wonder where was the defense that time, but they got lucky.
Here's Robinson. Thompson for three. Outside for Robinson. Puts up a deep three. The shot by Thompson, no good. Orlando's gone 0 of 2 from deep field. Orlando moving the ball. The offensive rebound. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Jalen Duren.
You know, both of Wendell Carter Jr.'s parents play basketball at a really high level. And you know what I like to say? You cannot run away from the DNA. And I think you see that DNA of his parents in his game.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
A bit ago, JB Bickerstaff and I were able to chat. Coach and I talked about the ways that Paolo Banchero is used on offense and how his defense will respond. He said with Paolo, he can deploy in any area of the floor and be effective. Personally, I think he's the most dangerous at the elbows, but he can go to work anywhere. You have to know where he is at all times. Guys?
And Allie, thanks so much. The Magic trail by 9. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. And Bane puts up a deep three. Robinson pulls it in. Now the Pistons with it. They're on a 12-3 run. Harris kicks to Cunningham. It's stolen by Banchero. Here's Suggs. And there's Banchero on the assist from Suggs.
Jalen Suggs serving up an assist, boy. He is a capable point guard.
Robinson on the wing. Banchero against Harris. Cunningham for three. Hits the three-point bomb. Cunningham's got 11 points.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
I'll tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Orlando making some changes. De Silva's checked in, and it's Anthony Black in for Jalen Suggs. Wagner against Thompson. And that one's good. Wagner
Textbook play inside. Wagner doing everything right in that case.
Well, when you watch Franz Wagner, Clark, what impresses you about the young forward?
His versatility and his motor are probably the two things that stand out. He does a lot of good things at both ends of the floor. And then you factor in, he takes great pride in playing the game, particularly when playing for his country and representing Germany. In 2023, when Germany played at the World Championship, he and his brother Mo were part of the winning team.
Here's Thompson after the made shot from Desmond Bane.
What I appreciated about Thompson is his recognition. He knows when to force the issue and when to pull back.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Shoot two.
That free throw good from Thompson. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Detroit. The Magic also changing it up. Goga Bitadze's checked in for Wendell Carter. And it's Banchero in for Bane. So it's Orlando now, trailing here by 8. They come into the game following the win on Sunday.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game, great adjustments on the offensive end.
Well, it's really hard to stop them when they're in a groove offensively, and they were in a comfort zone all game long in that one.
Now Huerter, after Paolo Banchero misses from long range. Wagner kicks to Black. 51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Rebound, Detroit. Here's Thompson, out to Harris. Pass to Cunningham. Back to Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
And it's Banchero missing. Pistons leading by 10. Here's Cunningham. Rebound by Paolo Banchero.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And so it's Cade Cunningham making things happen for the Pistons. He delivered 9 points from three-point range that quarter. Terrific work from distance. We come back right after this. And glad to have you with us as we get going here in Game 2. And, guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and, you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Detroit's gone 3-7 tonight from three-point territory. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, the Pistons are improving on both ends, but particularly on defense. Cade Cunningham said, everybody is stepping up on that end and taking the challenge to guard. We have a good system that allows us all to play our strengths. We're still hungry, though. We're not satisfied at all. Back to you, Kevin.
More to prove. Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. And finished off by Banchero.
Nice work.
Yeah. What's up? Thank you.
Banchero making himself available for the alley-oop pass. He's developing great court awareness.
LeVert the pass to Jenkins. And here's Huerter. Takes a three. Sinks the triple. Huerter's got the lead up to 14 now for Detroit.
He was free to fire at his leisure there. Not much resistance. Strong move.
to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And, you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Different look here for Detroit. Asar Thompson checked in for Levert. Robinson comes in for Kevin Herter. And it's Cunningham in for Jenkins. And the Magic making a change here as well. Suggs is checked in. Inside, here's Banchero. They grab their own miss. Goes up again. Bitadze can't hit. Detroit leading by 10. Drives to the hoop. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
And Orlando making a change here. Wagner's checked in.
Second chance points always hurt. There's not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating. I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And the dunk by Stewart.
He's used to sharing the love. Exceptional timing on that pass.
And so Wagner will bring it up for the Magic. A 12-point game. Master Black beyond the arc. And he's good on the three ball. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, fans becoming very familiar with the term second apron over the last few seasons. Front offices admit the devil is in the details. While it's not exactly a hard cap, teams are showing little willingness to endure the penalties that come with persisting above that second apron threshold.
That is so true. Shams, thank you very much for the report. And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Different look here for Detroit. Duren, he's checked in for Stewart, and Harris subbed in for Holland. And the Magic making a change here as well. Baines checked in for Banchero. Wagner outside. Top of the key, Bitadze. The high post shot. It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Wagner.
You like to see that from Wagner. I mean, as he continues to develop his mid-range game, I think we'll see more and more of that.
Cunningham for 3. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Harris has got his 4th assist in this one.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just spanning the flank.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Here's Thompson. Lays it up off the glass. Thompson's got the lead up to 14 now for Detroit.
An explosive player. Thompson has serious leaping ability, and that comes in handy around the basket.
And out of bounds, the Pistons will take it. Unfortunate injury aside, Jalen Suggs-Clark has really come into his own now.
Yeah, I agree, Kevin. I mean, hitting his stride in a major way. I mean, he seems to have really figured the game out, how to utilize his gifts and tools. He was always a great defender. Offensively, I think, is where his game is taking the biggest jump.
Kane, he's checked in for Black.
And really with a pass-first mentality, Cunningham, the type of player that you like to play with.
Here's Kane, and the layup is good.
And they've
repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Harris. Pass to Duran. Stolen by Batadze. Outside, Bain. Here's Kane. Guarded by Harris. They set the pick. Here's Suggs. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Boy, that's a combination of power and willpower. Suggs refusing to let the foul stop his shot.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Carter comes in for Goga Bitadze. And Banchero subbed in for Kane. He gets it in there.
Harris has really become much more adept at finishing hard shots. Great focus there.
Pass to Banchero. And he goes big with the dunk right over Ausar Thompson.
Powerful throwdown that time by Banchero. Big-time athleticism.
Cunningham dishes it to Thompson. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham.
So Thompson got most of the assists right now. Henry Cunningham.
Cunningham's got 3 assists tonight.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
It's good, and the Piston lead has got down to just 10 points on the bucket from Bain. Cunningham gets the bucket. Cunningham's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take it.
Just 3 on the clock. That shot off. And so it's the Detroit Pistons up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We'll return shortly.
And we thank you for joining this postseason broadcast, and it's been an outstanding first half for the Detroit Pistons.
I've got to admit, even when these guys are covered, they make the shots.
Yeah, you like to say close out on the shooters, make them earn their points aside. But even if that were tried, I don't think it would play out that way.
Checking out how the Pistons are doing in this series. I'll get straight to it, Kenny. Is this a must-win game for them?
They might not want to admit it, Ernie, but this is a must-win game. I look at this team and I think, if they drop this one, it's going to get into their heads and then not coming back.
Stop it, Kenny. It's not over yet. They know how to respond when their backs are against the walls.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see how it plays out, huh? Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Well, it doesn't get much better than playoff basketball. Let's get back to the action here in round one. You look at Cade Cunningham in this game, he's been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of it.
Pistons leading by 12. Pass to Thompson. He takes it in, and Thompson throws it down.
So fast of foot. On the run is here. It's tough to catch.
Here are the Magic now. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thank you. Plenty of pressure for a player like Cade Cunningham, asked to shoulder the load. He said, that's what I asked for, to be in the NBA, to be in these moments. I try not to shy away from them. He practices meditation, and he says it's really helped me. Anytime I need to just reset, I can do it, guys.
Able to dial it in. Okay, Allie, thanks. Suggs passes to Banchero. Off target from outside. Detroit's gone 6-12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the free ball well. Cunningham gets the bucket.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Carter for three. The Magic again can't hit. Pistons leading by 19. Oh! Wow!
And his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punching home like that.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. The Magic trail by 21. Suggs passes to Carter. And they get it. Rebound by the Pistons. Thompson's got his fourth rebound in this one. Pass to Duren. Outside for Robinson. Cunningham on the wing. Thompson finds Robinson. 4 on the clock. Cunningham's shot is off. Orlando's getting blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal swing.
Beyond the leaning, you can see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there. Boy, he's had a solid performance at the offensive end. Rock solid, providing that stability.
And so it's Suggs who brings up the ball for the Magic. Searching for that first bucket here in the third. Kicks it out to Wagner. Another miss by Orlando.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful. This is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Hey, you see that one-motion shot. Cunningham very consistent from distance.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Suggs with the ball, now defended by Cunningham.
Boy, that has to be a relief, ending a 14-0 run by Detroit.
Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Just a special offensive talent. We don't see guys like Cunningham come through the way he that often.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. That's good from Cunningham. Here's Suggs. 9 points in the game so far. To the middle, looking for Carter, who gets it there. And then Carter with the dunk.
With the 9-foot standing reach, Carter has no trouble putting that away.
Here's Thompson. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. Cunningham's got 6 assists now in the game. Orlando, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. This game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
Steps back. Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
Pass to Duren. Harris kicks to Thompson. And it's Thompson with the jam.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
Here's Banchero for 3. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Thompson with it. Defended now by Wagner. Pass to Harris. Back to Robinson. On the wing, Thompson. Fires from deep. And it's Suggs with the rebound.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Carter Jr. moves well without the ball and positions himself nicely for catch and shoot change.
So Detroit ends up going with the new group. 1:21 left in the third. Pass to Jenkins. For the 3. Holland, no good. The Magic have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Bane with the bucket.
And you have to stay connected to Bane. He's too good off the catch.
Here's Jenkins. From outside the arc, buries the long-range jumper. Jenkins got his first 3 points of the game.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Batase inside. Stewart on him. Detroit with the rebound. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clubs. Holland, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Great positioning on the putback.
Excellent awareness of where to be on the offensive boards. He did it with great position. I thought he had that one. I think he did, too.
Pass to Banchero. With 2 seconds left, and it's good on the way in. Banchero's got 8 points.
He's one of those guys who just knows how to generate offense.
And so it's Cade Cunningham making things happen for the Detroit Pistons. A terrific quarter for him. And now he has a total of 27 points. Shouldn't take him long to get up over 30. Right back after this break.
The assist of the night, straight on guys. Thompson threw it up to Cunningham.
Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up, but tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And we're happy to have you back for more playoff basketball here in round 1. Stolen. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Jenkins the pass to Holland. Now here's Jenkins. 6 to shoot. 3-pointer. LeVert drops in the tray. LeVert's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for Detroit. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stats game has been going for Detroit.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
And I love the fact they kept the pressure on, really pushing that ball, running it up the floor. I love seeing that. A team staying aggressive even when they're playing well.
Here's Wagner from 13 feet. It goes down.
Wagner finds the mid-range shot available and takes it.
The three, and the Pistons another three.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
De Silva, no good. Detroit has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Jenkins the pass to Holland. From deep, Herter hits it from three-point range.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes. Hey, it was a good look, one he normally capitalizes on.
Crowd. Wagner looking it over. Now, here's Suggs. Started closer. Add basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Suggs handling his business so far in this one. Really putting the work in on the offensive end.
Orlando's gone 0 for 3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Back to Wagner. Right wing, launches it. Black, no good. Detroit's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Driving to the basket.
Well, you know, he may be a bit undersized at the four, but he makes up for it with his athleticism.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Pass to De Silva. And here is Suggs. Wagner outside. Batazzi setting a screen for Wagner. And Batazzi throws it down.
Check out Wagner running the play there and helping his team find an opening.
The Pistons have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. In the corner, Herter with it. Lets it go from deep. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Here's Black. No one near Suggs as he lets it go. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's Stewart, and the dunk by Stewart.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He kept off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim.
Yeah, just couldn't contain himself. Couldn't control himself there.
Now, here's Suggs. Defense right on him. Pass to De Silva. Drills it from outside.
Defensively, you've got to apply more pressure to a shooter of his caliber.
Hollins kicks to Herter. No good with the triple. Orlando's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep.
Something Wagner continues to work on. It's huge when he's connecting from outside. And, guys, that's going to wrap it up. Fans are piling out the exits. Obviously a huge win here in Game 2 for the Pistons.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And this win has really got to feel fantastic, guys. It evens up the series now at 1 game apiece.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole new series now. The best of 5, if you will. You never want to lose 2 to start this thing off, but right now they've got something to be happy about going into Game 3.
And one of the key components for this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Cade Cunningham.
What's left to say about his performance? I mean, the fans definitely got their money's worth.
40 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Basket counts.
Franz Wagner, a rising young star. Again, having a major impact.
Here's Jenkins. And it's Suggs with the rebound. And so Suggs with it. He brings it up for the Magic. Pass to Black. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Back to Suggs. Cranes it from beyond the arc.
Getting more comfortable with his jumper. Jalen Suggs, no hesitation there.
Here's Jenkins. Three-pointer. No good. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. Just a massive victory, Greg. Maybe it's overstating it, but I think this was a game they had to have.
And I don't think it's overstated. I agree with you. I mean, going down 2-0 would have given this team a huge hill to climb. But now at one game apiece and with some momentum, this is anybody's series.
Well, that'll do it for now. And you can join us during this first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. So for Allie LaForce and my colleagues here at the table, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Cade Cunningham.
Okay.